As the sun dipped into the horizon of ancient Mesopotamia, a new era of conquest and domination began to unfold. In the early 6th century BC, the mighty Persian Empire, under the guidance of its ambitious ruler, Darius I, set its sights on the distant shores of Greece. The winds of war were whispering in the ears of the Persian king, urging him to expand his empire's reach and spread the influence of Zoroastrianism across the Mediterranean world. With a mighty army at his command, Darius I launched a campaign that would shake the foundations of ancient Greece and change the course of history forever. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, as the proud city-states of Greece prepared to face the might of the Persian Empire. And so, in this pivotal moment, the curtain rose on the first act of an epic struggle that would become known as. As the sun dipped into the Aegean Sea, a sense of unease settled over the ancient city-states. The Persian Empire, once a distant threat, had grown formidable under the leadership of Darius I. Its armies, feared for their discipline and might, had already conquered the Babylonians and were now setting their sights on Asia Minor. The very region that had given rise to the Minoans, the Mycenaeans, and countless other civilizations. It was as if the fate of the ancient world hung in the balance. And yet, amidst this growing uncertainty, the Greeks remained steadfast in their resolve. Their city-states, though fragmented and often at odds with one another, shared a common heritage and a deep-seated pride in their cultural achievements. Little did they know, however, that the Persians had already begun to flex their military muscle, preparing for the conquest of Asia Minor. The stage was set for a clash of titans, as two of history's greatest civilizations prepared to collide. In the sweltering summer of 499 BC, a sense of restlessness began to spread across ancient Greece. The air was thick with discontent as city-states and towns long subjugated by the Persian Empire stirred with an insidious intensity. For too long, Greeks had suffered under the heavy hand of Persepolis, forced to pay tribute to the mighty satraps who governed from afar. The spark that would ignite this powder keg of rebellion was about to be lit. In the small city-state of Miletus, a group of visionary thinkers, known as the Ionians, had grown tired of Persian rule. They dreamed of a Greece free from the shackles of imperial tyranny, where philosophy and art could flourish without interference. And so, they made their move. As the sun rises over the scorching Athenian plain, a sense of foreboding settles upon the city's defenders. The Persian army, seemingly endless in its numbers, stretches out before them like a dark and malevolent tide. Yet, despite being vastly outnumbered, the Greeks stand firm, their resolve hardened by the knowledge that their very way of life hangs in the balance. For on this fateful day, the fate of Athens, of Greece itself, will be decided in the brutal crucible of battle. As the sun set over the battle-scarred plains of Greece, a collective sigh of relief echoed across the land. The war-torn cities, once mere memories of their former grandeur, slowly began to rebuild and heal. But amidst the rebuilding, a quiet sense of unease crept in. For though the Persians had been vanquished, their legacy lingered, leaving behind a trail of cultural and philosophical debts that would shape the course of Greek history for centuries to come. The echoes of war still lingered on the wind, as whispers of Darius' fallen empire began to fade into the annals of time.